Yeah.
After a sleepless night, a night full of almost anxiety, to be completely honest.
Oh no. Well,
Well, not anxiety, but a little bit, perhaps.
ångest.
Almost.
In Swedish, we have a word that's kind of between regret and anxiety.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
English lacks that. It's too bad. But yeah. Full disclosure, we did discuss a little bit just before, and I was a fickle mistress, and I was kind of like, let's just drop Python altogether and then go for this new sexy TypeScript, JavaScript runtime thing called Dino. But Thomas convinced me that we should finish what we start, and even if we did drop Fast API, or at least we tried both Fast API and Django. Actually, I should be more precise. I think after talking it over, we're cautiously leaning towards Django.
So, thank you for the kind words, but it was a pure coincidence, because I had some chaos in my head, and I I I kind of did talk you out of dropping Python, but again, it was just by coincidence because I was leaning toward dropping all this this altogether, and I was like, should we go with Fast API? Should we go with Django? Should we go with something else? I mean, the thing is that you know me, and those of you who are watching this recording, you might not know me, but I love rapid application development. I love to get things out of my hands as soon as possible with as little effort as possible because I'm a very lazy person. Um, and and in Rails, given we've spent like what 4.5, 5 hours on this pair programming, we would have probably already had this API up and running.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, even in Node, I would claim
and
that,
deployed.
and deployed in process and with authorization, authentication, and all of the good juicy stuff that we might or might not need.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but right, no, but after pushing this back and forward, I think that the coin landed on continuing with Django. But again, it was pure coincidence because I could have as easily wanted to give this thing up anyway. But we did find a small little blog post that actually helped me.
Mm.
Perhaps it helped you too. It
Hmm.
wasn't much, but uh, I found this is a small blog post titled "Django Intro from a Rails Perspective," and there was a lot of um, I don't know who Andrew is. Some of the stuff that he says are doesn't resonate well with me, uh, but uh,
This little table.
this little table here actually saved me a little bit. Or
Yeah, it kind of confirmed our suspicions from yesterday's streams, and it's nice to not feel like you're taking the crazy pills. So for some reason, they call controllers views.
yeah, which
Yeah,
is like
yeah. Naming matters.
I think it does actually. And for to our audience, if you are new to development, or when I say new, you've been around for perhaps a few years or whatever. Everyone has opinions about the MVC pattern, the model view controller, and I've seen all different weird kind of variations, MVVC, MC, especially now when you work a lot with distributed applications where you have an API on one side and a standalone client on the other. There are different patterns because you distribute logic between those different applications. But to be honest, and I might be my stubbornness and being a grumpy old man talking here, but I think that the MVC pattern is by far superior in terms of separation of responsibilities and clarity of code and so on. So I love. Well, I really enjoy, this data layer, logical layer, and presentation layer. That kind of corresponds well with the MVC, and I think it's great. So I would love to continue to work with that. Now, when we look at this Django thing where the view is called a template, I'm a little bit suspicious toward that, because I've seen, especially if you work with API only applications in Django, I've seen this serializer uh, um, lingo being used, or for representing the data in JSON. I don't know if that's actually a template or if it's a serializer, but that remains to be seen. But now at least we know that the view apparently is the
Mhm.
controller, where we can place some logic, and I assume that we can have some logic in the model as well. I guess there was some other thing here that told me, that made me a little smarter. I don't know if this resonated good with you, but there, what he said about routing uh, was important for me to know, because I at a glance I thought that routing seems weird in Django, but I
Mhm.
understand that it's simply different. And but also this one was important. No more migrations, right? So Django
Yeah.
is smart enough to detect what changes in the model we are using, and if there is anything that we need to change in the data tables, that will be done for us fairly automatically, right? So that's good, I guess. Uh, that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Right. So I became a bit smarter and less antagonistic uh, toward toward uh, Django after this one. But what's the status? Where are we? What did we went green yesterday now, didn't we?
We did, but you pulled down that code, didn't you?
Yeah.
And did you push that to let's see here. Let's see. There's a pull request,
I
and
need to push to upstream, right? No, to myself, right?
well, actually, so the pull request is coming from my origin, but
Okay,
you
then.
should push to yourself because you had the first commit. Um, but okay, so then it actually is your show. I hogged the screen a whole bunch
What?
yesterday.
What?
Did you
My,
need to
I
Python 3? So because you're in the environment, maybe just do / manage py test.
okay. Right. Right. So
Uh,
let's just do pip install. I don't know if we are in the right environment, but I guess. What?
would you do an ls? Are you really? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong environment.
Ah, I think you are too. Yeah. So just write deactivate and run. You can tab that. It's yeah.
Okay,
All right.
and
So now you're out.
yeah, and now I have
Uh,
to say what?
source space and then do env, and you can yeah, you can tab these env for
Oh, sorry.
environment, and then bin, and then activate.
Uh,
Then you can tab, yeah, exactly. Run that.
okay.
Right. So you are in a different one right now. Try to run the
Oh
test.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm already. Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So can I do this now?
you should be able to.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Good
One
enough.
fewer thing to type. But I
Yeah.
guess doing the slash is annoying. Whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Um, cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Cool.
Good. Okay. So what we want to do now is basically to um, to open up an endpoint that will allow us to list projects.
Yep.
And I think if we go to our to our issue tracker,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, if we go to the issue
Right.
tracker, I think that's what we have, right? Isn't that what we kind of
We
have?
do have API can serve a collection of
Yeah.
projects, yeah, which is what we want. Now, I closed it. If you reopen this now, because I closed it as it was pointing to an issue on a repo that we're not going to use. So if you reopen it, can you change the repo it's pointing to?
No.
A little pull down there? Hmm.
I think I need to recreate it basically.
Yeah, I think probably that's
Right. So let's just I can, but we can't delete anything from here, right? No. So whoa. Let's just no. They just yeah. There we go. Why are you? Yeah, whatever. Okay. API can list a collection of projects. Right. All right. So update, and then we convert this to an issue, and that would be this one, right? Art Nouveau API.
yes.
All right. Okie dokie. Let me just. I'm sorry. I just need to create a quick cover here. That would just be a second. Right. Sorry. Project collection point. Right. Sorry. Export this. Export the screens and so on.
I do want to note that I looked up, somebody has pointed Code Climate to Django, the repository that contains Django.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a maintainability score of, sorry, it has a technical debt of 1 year.
That's not bad. That's not, I've seen worse. I've seen like 100 years on the mail of tech debt.
Really? Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's cool. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think a year you can come up with with a year in fairly easy. You just
all
fuck
right.
things up basically. Um, don't pay attention to. I think we would have some fairly low score on our front end client on this one because there's some code scattered all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
For another stream.
right. Okay, so we have that, and that's totally nice. But we need to get a new test. What? I'm sorry. Okay, but anyways, I want to write a new test. Okay, and how do I write a test that is not in tests py? How can I do that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Right.
But I am furiously Googling it. Organizing Django unit tests. Oh, as long as you have test and then you can put whatever you want .py, it will run it.
Okay.
So if you try to create a new file, and call it
Should we create should we create a subfolder or something?
I think you can create a directory, yeah, called tests or specs, whatever. Um,
And let's just move this test PI there, right?
yep, yep,
And just run it, and we'll see if that works.
yep,
That could be the first.
yeah.
First
First test. Test of tests.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it didn't work.
Ran 0 tests.
Right.
So that didn't work. Um,
Oh, it didn't work. Right.
uh,
Okay.
so there, some of them are claiming that you need to put this init.py file in it.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that because that could be definitely. So we're just gonna do here new file, and it's a dash dash underscore init dot py. Let's do this. Okay, and let's run this again. And now it works.
There you go.
Could you please explain to me why that is?
So if you put a directory, a file called underscore underscore init underscore underscore py in a directory, it tells whatever is compiling this thing that it constitutes a package. And that's all I know.
Okay. Okay.
So short answer, no.
Okay. But
long answer, it tells the manage py to treat the files in that directory as a package that they maybe then load in and
okay.
deal with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let's see if we create a new file and we call this one project. Oh, come on. Index test.
So I think you have to start with test, but we'll see.
With py, and then we need to write. So we need to import these, I guess. No, we don't need the user, right? And then we
No.
just need to say class. Oh god. And I want to call it project index test. Why will it give me all of this? I probably don't need all of this, right? Why
No.
would I need this?
But in the setup, you could instantiate the client similar to how we did
Right,
in
we did something like
yeah, it's self. No, hang on.
no, there's no
Oh,
client is
no,
already
sorry, I didn't do it there. Yeah, no, never
yeah.
mind.
So we probably don't need any.
No, as long as you pass in API test case, you have access to get, put, post, and so
Right.
forth.
So we can just define test list project self. Right. So look, boom.
Self client API/projects.
But we don't have API, right? Do we?
We might, but I don't think so. We'll come back to here if needs be.
Assertic response status called is assertic response status. But in the setup, we probably need to create some projects, right?
We do, yeah. REST.
So we could, in principle, use this project name, and it's like we will have a title, right? Description, and that's it, right? I don't think we have anything else, right? We only have a description and title. So we can create this directly, in the database, or we can make a post request. But that would no. If we make a post request, then we need to have a view for it, a view action for it. So that's not what we want to do. We want to.
No.
No, that's not what we want to do. So we can say, valid data. Can you say, right? Can you do this? Yes. Well, what is this? Yeah, whatever. Right, valid. Can you use uh, camel case in variables in Python?
You should use snake case, I believe.
Okay, right. So right. So how can we create? So that okay. So here, okay. So this is a problem because now we probably need to either set up factory boy, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I think I would go with factory boy because I don't want to use the view to create it directly or the model. Or can we? Yeah, let's have a look at. Yeah, things go complicated, but let's say factory boy. Right. Let's have a look at factory boy. Fix your right. Order factory. So you need to create a factory. Food unit test. Unit test. Address. Right. Okay. So introduction. Um, Basic usage. Let's go with basic. Import the factory. Import this from. Factory is declare a set of attributes using instantiate an object whose class is defining the class methods model attributes. Subclass, other class method. Right. Right. So basically, okay. So here you say models user sequences, but I don't need that. But okay. So right. So we need a project factory, right?
We do, yeah.
Yeah. So we have some examples here. Class. There is an account class. Let's say. Right. So this actually exists, right? And then you can have in itself. So, okay. So, in order to create a factory,
Mm-hmm.
I need to have the model, but I can write the factory itself. So I can, but where do we using the factories, import factories?
Here is let me put this in the Slack. You can also look at my
Yeah.
screen, but this is a nice little guide from 2019. So even though it's a bit old, it should still work. Where they're installing Factory Boy. Pip env is basically like using venv and pip at the same time. Just so you know, we don't use it yet. And then look, they even gives you an example of how they created the directory structure, which is nice. So basically, if you want to, I think we should use this and
go there in just a second.
And they're calling it company. We should just call it project.
Right.
And we should be golden.
We should. Let me pull this up.
Famous last words.
Famous last words.
Yeah, so they have a folder structure.
Core testing, in fact. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's intuitive to me. And they also nicely put like their models in one directory, which I also
factories, and
which I
then we
also
just
like.
so we need to this init py, of course. Right, I got it. Right. So and then we just create a new factory called project.
.py.
Now, is it, so in Rails we call the factory in plural projects in this case, but I guess it's a factory for one singleton. So yeah, let's just do pi. Doesn't really matter. Right. Okay. So we need to import the factory.
And you need an init pi. Oh, you already have it.
I already
Great.
have. So import factory.
Mm-hmm. Which we may need to pip install in order for you not to get that
Right.
warning, but we'll see.
Hold on a second. Behöver du mig? Okej, fantastiskt. Men vi snackar vid tillfälle bara då. All right. Ja, ja, ja. Jajamän, jajamän. All right, tack så mycket. Right. Right. So basically we need to import this. We don't have it yet, but this is test driven, right? It doesn't really matter. Or do we need to import this? I don't know if we do. Perhaps we do. They right. Yeah, because so where's my factory bot? From test import compact from test factories. Test factories? What the fuck is he talking about? He doesn't have test factories. Oh, tests from test and underscore factories. From import companies. Right, but how do I define the factory now? Let's see. Didn't I have this? I did have. Yeah, here it is. Too many windows open. Right. Import everything from objects. I don't know what that is, to be honest. But I need to. So. Right. Let's get rid of this. And then I would just say class project factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that will inherit from
factory dot Django model factory.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I am not, but
because here we say factory dot factory. Let's try that. Let's follow their example.
Yeah.
And class meta, yeah, that's gonna be this project. I understand that. Objects, but shouldn't that be models? Project objects. I don't understand this really. But what are objects? Account. That's a couple of objects, but they're called models and not objects. Or are they called objects? Shouldn't they be? I mean, right? They should be models, right?
Yeah. But maybe you get, with objects, you get model and you get whatever else they've defined there.
Import from X import objects, right? Because this one is project. This should be like models, you know, and then we will import from models. That's what I was thinking. From like import the project from models, but project. Fuck, I don't know. I have. Okay. I don't really. All right. You know what? Okay. Let's have a look. Definitely, we need to need. I mean, our model should be here, right?
Yeah.
So I would have this, right? And then I would. Well, I'm getting a lot of, of free here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So we have a title, description. We can get rid of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this means, to be honest.
It's if you call underscore underscore, I mean, if you use that method on it, it will just return the title of the
Right.
project instead of something that says like project is a class.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I'm
I'm
guessing.
guessing here too, right? But let's say that we have this now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This means that we should be able to, from
From and then I think it's dot 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 to go
API.
back.
But wasn't it like app API
Uh-huh.
projects? No, models, right? Import project.
Models. Okay.
And this did. I mean, should this be enough? Title.
Uh, well, you should say in the meta
Mm,
that instead of, yeah, you should say model equals project. But I don't think it should be a string. I think it should be the variable that you're importing.
like this. Okay. And what
Yeah.
would they say?
And then you can give it, after that meta class, you can give it um, a title.
Let's format this. Why is this getting? This is giving me an error. Oh, because I didn't have. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
You need those
Yeah.
colons,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go. Right.
Yeah.
And now I
And
say
then,
title,
yeah,
and I don't have faker, or perhaps I do have faker.
maybe it's built in. That would be nice.
Yeah, but let's not do that. Let's just do foo,
Yeah.
and then description is bar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's format this code, and then that's it.
That's it. So to use it, you should be able to, you have three commands available: build, create, and stub, right?
Mm. Is there? Do you
Uh,
know if is there a Django console, like a real?
there must be.
Let's have a see.
But
Django.
what's interesting about those documentations is they specify that, if you use build, it returns a user instance that's not saved.
Mm.
If you use create, I mean, this is,
Yeah.
familiar territory. It's nice.
Right.
Um,
Let's try shell. You know.
yeah.
Okay. So we're in the
Hey.
yeah. So let's say project factory. Let's see if we have something like that.
Yeah.
It's not defined. Okay.
You might have to
Import it.
import it somehow.
No module. No, no. All right. So exit. No. Exit.
It's dot exit just to
Yeah, I did
oh
dot
I,
exit.
oh no, exit with parens. Oh yeah. Or control D.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Serious.
it's not Ruby.
It is not. Okay.
Um,
Let's install. Right. Let's just. How do we install this thing? I mean, I can install it. Uh,
pip install factory underscore boy as long as you are in the environment still, which you are.
can we write this to the requirements?
Yeah, so run this, and then afterwards you're going to run a command that is pip freeze
Right.
requirements.txt.
Right. Sound Devil 92 is telling us that sound check passed, so that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
good. Thank you.
Uh, what was it? Pip freeze and then
Freeze requirements.txt. Yeah, and that should update it
right.
with factory boy. Yeah, there it
Yeah.
is. And look, we get faker with it.
Oh, we did. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, yeah,
So let's
that's
do
so that
shell
we
and then
know then that factory.faker is something we can rely on. But let's get it up
what the fuck
and
is
running for turtle. What?
what the I mean, this is my VS Code. It's just adds. So let's just import factory here and see if we can. All right, so that worked, and let's do project factory. Right. So we're gonna say foo equals project. No, we don't have that.
No, you do not. So you probably need to import this particular uh,
Okay, so
class, this particular object.
from
Where did
app
you?
API tests factories
Yeah,
import
space. Yeah.
import. Oh, come on. Project.
Hey,
Oh, no project. No.
I think it's just called project.py, but I will try this. Try this. The init py should allow us to.
Let's try this.
Yeah. No.
Oh no. This is not bad. This actually loaded it, but we're having running some into some errors. This is the file project starting point models base models model class API models project doesn't declare an explicit app label and isn't in an application
Oh, it's not an installed apps. Right. So we have to add some stuff to installed apps.
in settings, right?
Yeah, in the root settings. Down. I just saw it. Oh yeah, close things too.
There it is.
There
Right.
it is. So here we have installed apps.
And so
But
here I
what
need to say uh, hey,
factory boy or
no. I need to say app API.
yeah, I think so.
Well, we'll see.
I think maybe just yeah, we'll see.
Let's just exit this, reload the shell. Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, I
No
think
mod.
it's just API.
All right, so let's redo this. No.
No, no module named API, so I was wrong.
It's app API. Should be app API. Okay, let's explicit app label. It isn't, and isn't an application. So it should be API, right? Right.
It should be API in my mind too. Is that reserved? Is that why it's not? No.
But do we have any register? So create a project. Yeah, we do that, and we do this, and then we do this. Database setup, whatever. You should look at start project, and then we have statistics, migrate, develop, run server. But where's the app creating models? Right, we have these models, activating models, creating, install the pulse. Right, so this should be this, yeah. Yeah, it should be the name of the. Yeah, it should be API.
It should
Really?
be API.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not working. What was the message? It's just no module found.
Let's see.
Do we need to migrate?
No module named API. And where is the settings? It's in. It is here. Right.
Is it dot API? I've seen that sometimes. No, no relative import.
Right. We're running into issues, folks.
Yep.
Running into issues.
Uh, what?
Admin P. There is no.
What's an apps PY?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. They call the API.
Yeah, that's scaffolded
Yeah.
when we ran the start app command.
Should
Uh,
do we need to import anything in the settings? No.
I mean, I don't understand why it's yelling about that now. Is it possible that we just need to say, "Hey, we installed Factory Boy," and that's the problem?
Well, we did that
Because
already. I
yeah,
mean,
but we don't need to include that then in installed apps, I guess. Or do we?
factories like this? Or, nah.
No, it feels weird. Let me just check though. Uh,
Do we should we create migrations? Can we say that? Is there anything like this? What was it? It was
no, it's no. Uh,
let's see if there's make no no module named API. Let's get rid of this.
uh,
No changes detected, so there's nothing there. Again in the shell. And again we had this right this yeah model class will be model project does not declare an explicit app label project models API App API models. The F. All right, let's see. Well, perhaps we're doing something wrong here in the factory then.
Don't you think it could be?
From just API models. Let's see if that works. So let's exit, clear this up, enter shell, and then no module name API. So let's just do tests. No. Factories project. I don't know.
Yeah, it's frustrating because this would be so fast.
That's because we don't understand the structure, you know, the yet. We don't understand the structure of Django yet. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Right. So we grab models. Oh, wait. Can I see the model file again? So and this is living in API, yes. And it's models.model. Maybe just simplify this to just have the title and the description.
Yeah, but that shouldn't. That's. Yeah, we
No, you're
can,
right.
but
Yeah,
that's
you're
not it.
right.
We could. I mean, it's not a problem,
Um,
you know, but it's not that. It's
Activating models. Oh, we do need to make a migration. Okay. We need to say Python manage py, make migrations, and then projects.
like this.
Yeah, they have it in this example I'm looking at with a small p in projects.
Yeah, but that's
Um,
no installed app with label projects. No installed label with that API. No, he's looking for an installed app.
all
Oof.
right, so just try a migrate. I don't know.
And
That's
he
a
said
shot in
that
the
there
dark.
was nothing, no changes detected.
Yeah.
There is something here. We need to do this, right? So we're just gonna say API here,
Yeah.
and then let me just see. Right. Okay. So now it says no module named API. So let's see project. No modules. No. So this is he can't find this. Do you understand? All right. Let's see. There must be some let's see. Django quick start, right? But no, but they didn't create their own models, right? Did they? Take the tutorial. Let's just see what he did. So let's start project. Create a project, right? We have our project is called app. No, what is our project called? Because there is a project and there is an app, right?
Yeah.
Project is app and app is API in our naming.
Yes.
Start project, my site, created my site init URLs, right? Manage my site, my site. And then
To include the App Nouveau project, we need to add a reference to its configuration class in installed apps setting. The polls config. Okay. 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 I hear. If you switch over to my, oh, there, yeah, you are just on the same page I am. A little bit further down, there's something called activating models.
path, argument path. No, I don't see anything about activating models.
Oh, this is maybe this is page 2 actually. Writing
Okay.
your first Django app, part 2. Um,
Okay.
and there, very interestingly, look, they load in their app using something called config. With a dotted path, which we've not tried.
Paul's config, like
I,
on top here, right?
yeah, that's what I'm looking at too.
Paul's
Um,
apps.
so what is Paul's config?
In apps, Paul's apps py. Let's see, Paul's. So it's going to be
So
this, but we don't have apps pi at all. Here we have something.
yes, all right, and there's the app config. Yes, okay, cool. Right, because that's called API config, and that's what they have. They have their Pulse config instead. So for us, it would be app.apps.api config.
Oh my fucking god.
Yay! Maybe we'll see.
So
So
so app
app
dot
dot
apps
apps
dot
dot
API
there
config.
it is. Yeah.
Mother.
And now run the command manage py make migration projects. Or no, sorry. It's got to
Let's just
be
do make migrations.
API. It's got to be API.
Oh, no module for apps.
What, wait. Um, so maybe it's API.apps.app.
Yeah.
API.apps.API config.
No.
And what command are you running? Is it the
No, anything like make migrations, but cannot import API. Check name. Right. So whatever. Look. Let me put this on top here. So right.
yeah,
So if we do app. Okay. So I'm running make migrations. Just that.
yeah,
But I can run whatever. I can just I can test, and this will also probably right because he is complaining because he's reading the settings file and he encounters an error. Right. So it doesn't really matter what.
right. There is no, yeah,
Right.
of course, right. There's no, because apps lives inside of API. So
So and if I
try
do app.api.apps,
.apps.
that also renders an error.
Yeah.
Right. Cannot import API.
Cannot import API. So, but why is it API config.name? That's weird.
Yeah. He's probably looking for this. He's looking for this.
Right. An API config, app config. Uh,
It should be just apps. This.
yeah, try it relative instead. Dot API.
Like this.
Yeah.
The package argos where the package. So we need to
All
make
right, don't run the test. Try to run the migration.
migrations, or
Uh, yeah, try that.
no, it's same error
Um,
message. So it's
the
well,
package argument is required. So no, read it. Come on. The package argument is required to perform a relative package argument.
type
Okay,
this.
so never mind. But I think, you know, why is it so stupid?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird.
It should just be api.apps.api-config. Pas très impressionnant. And we cannot just use API. Just run manage py migrate instead of make migrations. Okay, and try to do it.
No, and if I comment this out,
Yeah, man,
yeah, but
who knows?
this will, if this is found, because it's looking for a key,
Yeah.
it will just say API.
Okay, try to just say API and then run just migrate.
And it says no module found named API. But there is, I mean, in API, we have init.py, we have all the things we need, you know, and the apps it's right here. Default auto, what the fuck is default auto field? I don't know. Let's can we say, look, let's just say, hold on, let's say Django example GitHub. Let's just pull up Django real world example, whatever. Let's just see what they have here. Conduit, manage pipe, project logo, right? So let's do see here settings. Apps authentication, right? So inside of apps, he has different applications for different parts.
Yeah.
Why would he have that?
That's the Django way.
We don't have apps. Do you understand? Like I mean, our path is app API. Do you understand? And then apps IP config. This is it. This is what we have.
Yeah.
Because we have a file called apps, right? Inside of API. This should work. And I do not understand why not. Cannot import API. So what if I just change this to foobar? What do you understand? Like, you know, foobar, and then I will go into the apps and change this to foobar here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, and of course in the settings, right?
Yep.
Cannot import foobar. There is no such thing. And if I just say foobar, no module name foobar.
Wow. Uh,
And dot apps, and it's not foobar config. Well, I can change that for foobar config, but it's you just say API config. No module. Right. Not much progress today, and I need to take off. I think we all have a busy schedule, right?
yeah, we do, unfortunately. Well, we'll mess around with this offline and we'll present the solution. Super annoying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stash my changes because I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, actually, let's change this back to API because I did install. You know, I did install factory bot and stuff, right? Factory boy. And let me just check one other thing. Like in his, like if we go to articles, for instance, and we
Oh, good
go to
Lord.
what
I hope this is not it.
what
No, it's not. I was worried that there was like an init pie missing somewhere, but that's not it.
he doesn't even have. Look, there is no apps. So we are looking at apps py. You know what? Oh no, I. So I'm thinking that could this apps py be inside of the app folder and not inside of the API folder? Could we made a mistake when we didn't use the dot? Do you remember that? Or no? Let me just try this.
Yeah, I do remember. I thought we went back and I thought we went back and fixed it, but
Apps name is correct, but it is correct. So apps py. Well, I moved it perhaps Django apps. No, so it needs to be in this apps py, right? But okay, so but the thing is that when I look at where is he? There it is. Apps. No, it's called. Oh, come on, give me a break. What? Oh, there it is. So we are importing app config. Let's see if he imports app config somewhere.
it is weird that apps lives in API and not in app. Maybe you're onto something with that dot notation.
Look,
Okay,
so
I think that's going to be the route I'm going to take to see if I can solve this.
hold on a second. Hold on. Hold your horses there, my young Padawan. No, you're not my Padawan. Why the f would he have this in init py? Do you see this?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why would he have that?
Well, I haven't seen anything in the docs we just looked at.
So we're just gonna try that, okay? And
All
that's the
right.
last thing we do. Come on, give me a break. Right. So I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna copy this, comment this baby out, go to the init, and then move this over, right? And then I'm gonna mimic his. So he has an article cap config. Name is content apps article. You see, label article, name and label, and verbose name. So he has, and then you have a default app config. Well, okay, but fuck that. But so we have. Let me see. What did we name? Label article, right? So let's just say, let's just for the sake of it, just change this. Label will be API, and here we will just say name will be apps API, right? Let's comment this out, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
this is the name we want to include in the settings, right? Right, right. Okay. No module name apps. Okay, so let's just, because we gave it a name of API, right? Okay, label. No, name. Label. Well, I don't know. Fuck. Fuck, that wasn't that either. There's no Django. Okay, what if we don't do it at all? Because it's in the right. If we just remove this and then we just do migrate, it shouldn't migrate anything. No migrations. Admin out. You see, because these are admin out sessions message. Well, right. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm totally lost.
Yeah, why would it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We have to break anyway, but
yeah,
we'll be back with a solution.
right. Git add, git ci am vip. I don't even know what to write here. Uh, can't no problems, issues with adding API as install app, right? But it adds factory boy and VIP on project factory, right? I think that will do it, right? Git push origin test setup.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna push this to you. You can pull it from me if you need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna experiment a little bit and then stash and then pull.
Right.
All right,
All right. That's
courage.
it. Yeah. Well, that sucked. No, but it did.
Hey, we're scratching. We're learning things. I mean, it did suck, and yeah, I'm really curious what's wrong here, but because yeah, it
Yeah.
it doesn't bode well for the framework. Anyway,
It does
or
not.
us.
It does not. Now I'm gonna go and see if I can get some poles. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Stolp. Yeah, poles
pose.
for my sheep farm.
Right
And
on.
yeah, just a full as a side note to our viewers and followers, I am about to become a shepherd. Right?
Excellent.
That's the
Yeah,
name, right? Yeah.
that's the name.
I just bought myself a small family of sheep. Sheep, No, sheep. Yeah, you don't say sheeps in plural. Sheep, right?
Sheep is
Yeah, exactly.
plural already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
More sheep content, more coding content. You can get it here.
We have lots of hobbies, people. Max is a biker,
Yeah, yeah.
cyclist.
I'm also a welder, so yeah, we can do some welding
Yeah,
content.
man, I saw some damn fantastic welding stuff we can do. However, it's quite expensive to buy, raw materials for to
It
do
is.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I have some ideas. How are you with a saw and a hammer? And are you a good carpenter?
Yeah.
That's good because we're gonna
Yeah.
build a small house for the animals. Anyway, I'm gonna go and
All right.
and take
Peace.
this.
See you later.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Thank